And I don't
got this on Twitch or YouTube?
It should be running on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I heard you. Say something again?
Me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
I thought I heard you.
Yep, we're live.
Yeah, I hear the music too.
Alright, navigate everybody over to YouTube, I guess. Fuck. Dude, respect to Balian. Holy shit. This is so much stuff.
Oh, hey, they can hear you.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah, we are live. Our mics are hot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peyton came through.
Commentary screen on.
Army National Guard.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you, Hunter.
All right, so I think with that we're live. No, I think it might even be working on Twitch right now.
Well, sorry for the interruption and the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to ESFL 65. We were having technical difficulties. I am your host, Killing Spree 37. I have two co-hosts with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Yeah, first time introducing ourselves for the night. Totally not doing this all over again. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the difficulties. I'm Luber Libre. Second time doing this ESFL desk. We are super excited to get this working. I can't wait to get into these fights. We got a lot of good ones. So thank you guys so much for bearing with us.
Hey, what's up, guys? Legacy again. Thanks for bearing with us and kind of waiting through this kind of difficult time right now. First time commentating. I got hit up earlier to do this. Very excited to do this. Been wanting to do this for a while. So glad this can happen. And hopefully we just get truck through these fights and make sure everyone's night/morning is not too long.
And what a way to get, introduced to doing this with a card like this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't see, the previous fight that we had was El Dino versus Dabikin. Dabikin took it all the way to the third and delivered a vicious head kick on El Dino to win the fight. That was a great fight. I think we're going to be getting into our next fight right here.
Yeah, looks like we got Mad Dog. Who's he taking on here? No King. Oh, wow, yeah. Excellent second fight. Right away, two great fights. I can't wait to see this one. Mad Dog just lost the championship, and he's already fighting on the second card of the night. So,
and they've been talking smack in the general talk, guys. I've been seeing the heat, the tensions building. I'm excited for this fight. How do you feel? What do you think is going to be a factor in this coming off of a championship loss?
To me, I think this kind of depends where Mad Dog's head's at. I'm just worried that he might go in there, might get a little overzealous because King can be dangerous. So just hoping that Mad Dog can keep a nice, cool head going to this and just pick his shots and not go in there and just get himself knocked out.
yeah, No King, his opponent here, very close to the championship fight himself. He is one win away from getting a chance at that strap. So this is high-tier competition. And Mad Dog, like we said, he can't be taking a break mentally. After, fighting in one of my favorite fights ever, 5 rounds with Prioxis, a decision that really could have gone either way, he finds himself fighting earlier on the card. Hopefully he takes this fight serious.
All right, we're getting into it, guys. Mad Dog versus No King. Let's go.
Yeah, and I like the matchup. Poirier, Ferguson, both of them considered, top-tier fighters, but very different styles with the volume punching of Tony Ferguson and the power of Poirier.
And I love each character, but I'm loving Dustin Poirier, especially in UFC 3, he does have the great combinations and great power, strength, and speed as well. And then he can take just as much as he delivers. It's going back and forth right now. It's really looking really good.
Oh,
Yeah, Legacy, what are you seeing from these guys as they approach this fight? I mean, you're a fellow high-ranked UFC player. What do you think their approach is so far?
Right now, well, you're really seeing what you're saying, Luber. How Tony Ferguson, really the volume striker. I mean, he came out there and threw a crazy like four-piece combo, 5-piece, and you already see it where oh crap!
Oh my!
Mad Dog.
There we go. Oh, Mad Dog. That's the thing, though. Tony, volume. Dustin Poirier's got the power, though. So all it takes is a few strikes to land, and you're gonna get a rock just like that.
He's and what's the damage on him, guys?
I mean, what is a good Tony Ferguson fight if he's not rocked once or twice in the first round? There's still a lot of fight left here, I think.
I mean, let's be honest, that's true.
It's a nice even exchange, guys. Mad Dog is trying to wait, to throw the uppercut to catch Tony Ferguson on the chin, and he's breaking the head health. He is getting caught right here, but he's distancing himself so he could, set it up for something big.
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just on the tip of my seat right now because that was kind of crazy flurry earlier.
Yeah, you love to see that intercept. Oh, good hook from Tony Ferguson.
Oof.
Yeah, he's not afraid. No King is stepping forward and initiating these exchanges. I don't think he's too intimidated by Mad Dog's status as a former champion.
Oh, for sure. I'm seeing No King. I'm loving the head movement. That's how you get that counter with that hook. His head movement's looking really good. He's kind of reading exactly what Mad Dog's trying to do right now.
And what is Mad Dog trying to do, you think? Is he just looking for those power shots, trying to put him away?
I think that's exactly what he's kind of looking for is those power shots. I think he might have got a little bit of confidence with those early rocks. Right now, I think No King is just kind of slowing it down a little bit of Tony and is looking for the right counters of his head movement.
Yeah, I think Mad Dog is also just trying to avoid his health, not his block, but his head health a little bit because it is going down pretty fast after the first rock. He doesn't want that to, build up for another knockdown because once you get knocked down or rocked, it seems to be a trend where you keep getting knocked down.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. You start slipping, you go faster and faster. No King's showing some fight, but I think the stamina difference, too, actually in favor of Poirier right now.
Oh, yes. I was actually about to bring this up as we come to the end of the first round. There is a pretty good stamina difference. We're going to see how the stamina perks really play out when the next round starts. But right now, Mad Dog's got the stamina advantage for sure, and also the fight advantage with those rocks.
So I love those. Give round 1 to, gentlemen. Sorry.
I thought Mad Dog with the rocks. I mean, Ferguson, No King did come back and hit him, but from what I saw, more damage and a couple rocks for Mad Dog. I think he wins the round on the judges' scorecards. Not that we can really predict those two accurately.
Correct. Better than the actual judges.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, we've had some interesting. I love this body kick that Mad Dog works in. It's he throws it naked. He's not throwing a jab body kick or timing it too differently. He's just waiting until he knows No King's moving and not thinking about it, and so it's landing over and over with pretty little risk to himself.
All right.
It's a nice even exchange. See, they're trying to counter each other, and with that, they're blocking a lot more.
Oh,
nice front kick.
The boot, the hook.
Oh. Mad Dog is on top, dominating. He seems to be in half guard right now. Let's see if he's going to go into full guard. And if he does, let's see if he can mount or maybe do a submission. He's actually going to go into side saddle.
Good job. No King getting that guard back.
Yep. Now this, if I was Mad Dog, I'd be a little bit worried here because Tony Ferguson's rubber guard can be very tricky and very dangerous to be stuck in.
And he's doing it. Yeah, and there you go. He was feinting really well.
And what a lot of people might not know is if you actually throw strikes and you keep on feinting down in a position, it's going to open up to where more other transitions, left, right, or up, are going to be even quicker. So it's going to be harder to deny. And I love how he really showed that right there.
Yeah, I think that's one thing you see in some of the... This ground and pound is raining down.
My goodness.
The high level grapplers really know how to work that grappling advantage. Submission attempt coming in.
Oh wow.
Oh. There we go. Oh, that was awesome. He's using that flick method to make sure that Mad Dog's stamina goes down. And he's getting here on a 5-gate submission. He's
Currently in the
barely
third
getting
gate.
these submissions off. These are ridiculous, but he might get this. Oh, my goodness. This is dangerous for Mad Dog.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but the big slam. We see how dangerous those are just recently.
I actually think I might be a few seconds behind you guys.
Respecting each other. King and Mad Dog. 40 seconds left in the second round, guys.
Yeah, Mad Dog's still rocking that great stamina advantage. It seems like at this point, maybe the fight's in his hands. It's up to him to ride it out and take the decision. Or does he look for the finish maybe? Turns it on a little bit.
I think he's going to look towards the finish maybe in the third round. He's just trying to get that clear stamina advantage and still trying to figure out his weaknesses. It seems like he abandoned his original plan to attack him and became a little bit more defensive. What do you guys feel about the second round? That was a real good round.
Yeah, I would be curious how much that submission scores. There was the rock and knockdown in favor of Mad Dog there, as we can see. So I think pretty clear round for him and good damage. You know, that ground and pound, the top control. Even with that submission attempt, I have to give that round to Mad Dog.
Oh, for sure. I mean, damage was just the biggest thing about that round when it was on the ground. King did a pretty good job of getting that submission and getting him into rubber guard. But when it came to the ground and pound, it was just damage being dealt the entire time. So right now we're going to be looking at a situation, if, in my opinion anyway, of King trying to find a way to finish this fight, because he's not going to win this fight on the scorecards by any means.
And you know, if he wants to be really strategic, I would go with a submission attempt if all else fails, because he was really close to submitting him in a 5-gate. Would like to see him maybe attempt a 3-4-gate submission.
Yeah, I know Tony Ferguson has a handful of those 2 gates, those dreaded 2 gates as well. So he's got some options here for sure.
I kind of want to see. I know he's going for the finish, but
Ooh, nice uppercut.
Oh, well, yep, you guys are a few seconds in front of me.
Yeah, caught No King ducking right into it, perfectly timed on the nose, put him on his butt.
And he's watching with nice front kick. He's watching and he's like paying attention to the previous things that he was doing in the other rounds, and he's starting to catch him slipping with the uppercut and the front kick as well.
Yeah, no ducking for No King at this point. I think Mad Dog's onto that.
Ooh, he's wasting
Legacy, if you found yourself in this position, you know, possibly down 2 rounds, down on stamina, down on health, what is your approach to try to find the win that, you know, maybe isn't obvious?
Well, right now, you know, he's using Tony Ferguson. I think we already said that Tony Ferguson has a very amazing ground game. My ideal right now is get him in a clinch, go for one of the submissions in the clinch, or just get him to the ground and just go for submissions that way. Because he's not winning the stand-up right now. Right now, I just see King just throwing a crap load of strikes and trying to maybe go in for something. But as the stamina goes down, Dustin Poirier's big strikes are going to do more. So go for the submission. Take this to the ground.
Another
nice
devastating.
Oh, my goodness.
That's all she
It's
wrote,
over,
folks.
isn't it?
Mad Dog,
Holy
back in
crap.
action, taking home another win.
Oh, my.
You know, he bounced back from the last time when he fought for the belt. What a victory. I could have saw this ending in round 2, but he played it really smart, and it seemed like King was just giving up the strikes. His stamina was going down pretty fast, and, you know, he was just, you know, being patient, ready to counter, and then he saw the openings and just executed. What a great job by Mad Dog.
Yeah, great fight. And I think today, with all the delays and everything, we're going to do our best just to cruise through these fights. It looks like our next one, we got White Sunday and Real via Ninja.
That is
Yes,
correct.
that's what I got too. Yep.
And do any of you know how to correctly pronounce Ninja's name?
I don't, but I'm pretty sure the comment section will tell us.
Oh, this man's going to be known as Ninja for me for
Ninja,
life.
there you go. Real Ninja. Interesting matchup. They started switching them. How do you guys feel about using Yoel Romero in middleweight on UFC 3?
I personally love using Yoel. Of course, the big elephant in the room is the stamina. But as long as you just can pick your shots and make sure you don't waste stamina, Yoel is very dangerous. Got amazing grappling and one of the heaviest hands in the division. So for me, if you know how to use Yoel and how to manage his stamina and just keep it to where you're not receiving a lot of damage, Yoel is one of the most solid picks out there.
For
Yeah,
sure.
But of course, we see Jacare coming up.
Jacare and GSP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I was gonna say his stats are all there, but the issue is they are in the Jacare weight, the middleweight division that's just dominated by Jacare players. He's so good everywhere. You know, he can do it all. The submission game, like you make one mistake on the ground, Jacare can walk home with your arm, your neck, whatever he wants. But George St. Pierre is equipped to deal with it, I think.
Yeah, he's an overall fighter. I do like Jacare's style as far as like ground game. He is really hard to not only just like be against, but if you're in the bottom and you're defending from the bottom, it's really, really hard just to kind of maneuver around him and kind of just submit him because his defense is really high as well as his offense.
Yeah, and I know these two fighters were both super excited to get in here. Everyone wants their shot in the ESFL. These guys, real VO ninja. I got confirmation on that. It's VO. He's had a handful of fights in the ESFL, and he's won some very good fights, but he's also faced some of the top competition. And what you want to see, I think, in a fight like this is, can he keep improving and start to compete with the best of the best? And White Sunday's a good test for that, because White Sunday, I believe this is his second ESFL fight. He's the kind of player who's always looking to improve and always,
He caught him slipping with the right hand and let him get up. A message saying that he's watching him and knows when to, attack. Wow.
Yeah, and that power on Jacare coming through real quick.
It'd be very interesting to see if Jacare just stays up the entire fight.
I mean, yeah. I hope he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big fan of using characters to their strengths. And Jacare, just to take him to the ground, who knows? He could take him to the ground and end the fight a lot sooner than he could on the feet. But let him back up. It looks like he wants to send a message.
Yeah, and the style of the players determine a lot as well, right? Some of these guys, they like using grapplers, but only defensively, because they want to be able to survive on the ground, get back to their feet, and lay some damage on. But here we see a shot right away.
Oh, nope, and the nice denial.
Nice one. Gets out of the clinch. He was anticipating it, as you should.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm loving these side kicks out of Sunday.
Definitely controlling the distance and the cage as well.
Yeah, and they're such low risk techniques, that side kick. They can step to the side and avoid it, or even do that big shuffle step, but it's pretty safe. Another denial.
I was just about to say, I wish I wouldn't like to see Sunday try to intercept so many of these strikes, because Jacare is powerful, but it's working out in his favor.
That big right hand.
White Sunday, I didn't see this coming. He's definitely controlling the stand-up. He's controlling the fight by keeping it on the feet, denying the takedowns, and he's really putting, the momentum on himself.
Yeah, now we're starting to see the trading of combinations, a little more in-tight fighting. I think both these guys are looking to, assert their will in this fight, and they're clashing.
He's definitely, he's defending really well. Respect bow to end round one. Legacy, how do you think this is going down?
That was a close. To me, that was a close round, but he's got the knockdown, so for me, I'm not gonna lie, that entire round was kind of a blur, just because it was exciting. It was going back and forth, bunch of rocks. For me, though, the big thing was that Sunday, he kept it on the feet when he wanted to keep it on the feet. So, because we saw him almost like a ninja wanted to take it to the ground a couple times, because maybe he wasn't feeling comfortable or whatever, but Sunday was doing a really good job on keeping it where he wanted this fight to stay.
Yeah, Sunday had that double underhooks such a valuable position if you're trying to get it to the ground, and he chose not to do it. So I think you're right on that read. I think Sunday's looking to stand and bang here.
Yep, see, he's going to do it again. He has his number. He says, no, we're not going to the ground. We're going to stand and bang. I'm sitting here rocking you over and over again.
And fighters like that are just as scary, guys, because they know what your game plan might be and your go-to. And if they take away your go-to from you, your only other option is to do what you're able to do. He is controlling the fight right now as we speak. Very excited.
I like that move there. Theo Ninja pushing him into the cage, going for the takedown. Now he's got the tie clinch. And now he lost the tie clinch.
Right now, if I was Ninja, though, I would do your best to block your head, but there is starting to get a little bit of a stamina difference. I would start to work the body. Jacare has amazing stamina, but so does GSP. But he's starting to make this a little bit of a run on stamina. Start working the body a little bit. Make it to where GSP's punches don't really have the same sting.
Yeah, White Sunday is blowing through his stamina while Ninja is actually being a little bit more reserved. But
nice lead uppercut. He's looking for it over and over. Such a good technique to keep somebody who's shooting a lot of shots at bay. You can get that well-timed uppercut and really put some damage on him. So I think he's going to keep going to that. We'll see.
He's breaking his block down, too. That's very important to keep an eye on the later rounds. Nice
White Sunday just one step ahead of the competition right here. He's all over him.
Denies the takedown again. It's not looking good for Ninja.
Right now, if I was Ninja, I would stop brawling as much. Like, it looks like he's doing that. He's trying to slow down a little bit. Slow this fight down. Don't take so much punishment. Don't be in the pocket with GSP.
Defended that very well.
Oh,
First
okay.
takedown of the night.
There we go.
With a body lock high. But he reverses it.
That stamina difference is real.
What a nice reversal.
Oh,
block's gone.
Oh, that's it. That has to be it. Oh, my goodness. White Sunday.
White Sunday defeats Real Vile Ninja. Guys, what is your take on this fight? I personally think it was exactly how he wanted it to play out. He, took his time striking throughout the rounds and eventually just executed his game plan, wanted to keep it on the feet. What do you guys think of this fight?
Yeah, we got the late start today, but still in most time zones, it's Sunday, and it's Sunday's day to day. What a fight, man. Super impressive performance. I can't wait to see him in here again.
So when I was watching this fight real quick, at the beginning, it looked like Ninjas have really good success going for the body, and it was actually tagging Sunday a little bit, but I saw Sunday make some very good adjustments and was starting just to get in there and box with Jacare, and I think that's when the fight just really started to turn shifts a little bit, and Sunday was just able to keep on the feet, because after a few of those engagements, Sunday's like, I know I could win this fight this way. I'm going to keep it on the feet. You're not taking me to the ground. Kind of like what I said earlier, and he kept it where he knew he would win, and he won.
Yeah, he did. Like, that was a really good matchup. A key thing that I did want to point out to you guys was that he was distancing him like himself. He was doing the side kick, pushing him back, and was just controlling the distance. He had him exactly where he wanted him. What a beautiful execution. And, the takedowns were insane. I mean, the denial of the takedowns were insane.
Yeah, right into that double underhook. Just controlled every aspect of the fight, really. And I think it's like you said, it's a slippery slope. Once that head damage started going down, the block started going down. Sunday got in a nice groove. That was a quality win there.
You're right. So we're going to be going on to, I believe this is a different fight, guys, right? Somebody substituted?
I got Dev Raider versus Freeze on the fourth fight of the night here.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it might have been a last-minute substitution. So, yes, we do have Dev Raider versus Freeze. Dev Raider, I'm a big fan of him. I have been watching him for the past couple cards that I've been on. Great fighter, knows how to utilize everything that the character that he chooses has to offer. How do you guys feel about this matchup?
I'll be
I
honest.
like the weight division. We got a light heavyweight fight that's fairly rare in the ESFL. And then we get Cormier versus Jones, the classic grudge match. So as far as the fighters they're using are going, I'm super excited. But what do you know about the fighters themselves, Legacy?
So I just know Dev Raider because I faced him a few times on ranked, and I I'll be honest, I don't know anything about Freeze, but Luber, I'm not gonna lie, you took the words right out of my mouth about what I was gonna say about the Jones DC matchup and how Raider pretty much uses all the tools that he's able to use in a fight.
Jones has got a lot of them.
Yeah, the DC Cormier 3 fight is on the horizon, so this is an interesting matchup to have on the card.
Although I would like to see Dev Raider not really get in there in boxing range of DC. DC might not look like it, but he's got really good boxing in this game. He's actually pretty powerful, even though the stats doesn't show it.
Yes, he is very powerful. I would like to see John Jones maybe in the clinch.
Oh, for sure. Get that dirty boxing going. Maybe create some little bit of separation. Use your long limbs. Oh, but never mind. It was working out.
I think Dev Raider's feeling pretty good about this one. He's moving forward. He's not taking any steps back, and he's laying the heat on him.
The first rock. He is controlling the clinch.
He gets that nice throw.
Nice throw by DC.
Olympic tier wrestling coming out there.
Ooh.
Dave Raider wants to be careful. He was getting a couple elbows to the face there. Nice reversal.
Nice. Dev Raider's sitting here like, here, eat some more.
Denying. Now he has him in full mount. And he postured up. Great transitions. Keeping him right where he's at. Because if he mounts up on him, it could be curtains.
Yeah, Cormier, he's eating these. He's wondering, this isn't KFC. These are something much worse. These John Jones ground and pound punches. They're going to do a lot of damage quick. He's up.
There you go. Okay. But look, Dev Raider gave him no time, though. He's right back on him.
But I want to remind everybody, too, that Dev Raider has the reach advantage, and that could be lethal. And especially with a fighter like John Jones in this game, it could be a difference.
Ooh, for an overhand, barely missed.
You know, the one thing really missing from Daniel Cormier's kit in this game is that reach, that length, and we see it play out so many times. So impressive to see Dev Raider, you know, even being willing to.
Oh!
What an overhand!
That's the power of DC rather than I was talking about.
Yeah, he waited for him to keep throwing the kick and was just kind of just reading the distance and threw it perfectly, got the rock.
Yeah, it's always impressive when they're throwing the punch before the opponent's even in range, just anticipating that forward movement.
Really nice combination by Dev Raider.
Yeah, I think we're. Oh, another!
Oh my goodness!
He's controlling the distance. He's starting to pay attention to what he's throwing and knowing if he's within range or not.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like Dev Raider showing some respect there, and it's well deserved because he ate another big right hand at the end of the round.
Yeah, I hope he lets it play out because he doesn't let it play out. You could kind of see like there was like within inches, like the kick missed him, and he kind of just read it and threw it, and he knew it would land. And especially in that type of move where you throw something and you get hit by it, you're automatically punished by it.
Yeah, it was a real close one. Impeccable timing even. I mean, he could smell John Jones' foot. That's how close that kick was.
Bree's trying to show some pretty good respect. Ever say, no, I'm good. If I'm Dev Raider, I'd like to see him grappling again. He did really good damage while grappling.
Yeah, he did pretty good with grappling, but I think Cormier, you know, if he was able to get to the throw off his back against the cage. Wow. Dev Raider.
Oh, that's hot. Oh, nice. Standing right back up.
Dev Raider doing a little role playing as John Jones right now, not showing any respect.
He's faking those kicks. Oh, wow.
Oh, the uppercut.
Nice
oh, no, he let it right back up. Oh, you can't mess around, though.
Oh, DC. Freezes, you know, he's fighting back.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a theme. I mean, Dev Raider showing no respect with his strategy moving forward, and it's working effectively, but every now and then Freeze is getting that big shot off. I mean, Cormier packs a huge punch. You cannot mess around.
Yeah, I think Dev Raider is kind of not sleeping on him per se, but he is. There you go. Nice uppercut. He has given him a lot of room just to like come back and possibly win.
Putting himself against the cage, Anderson Silva style.
Oh my goodness.
Getting the stamina back up.
Oh!
Oh, Dev Raiders coming out swinging. What a nice front kick.
It's the exact same thing. I wonder if Freeze is going to actually bite on this one this time.
Yeah, it's become mind games. It's not so much what you're doing on the sticks; it's what you're doing on your head. In your head, what is your opponent trying to do? This is a
Oh!
What a nice knee to defend the takedown. Drop Mr. Freeze. What a fight, guys.
so fast on that reaction too.
Oh, he dodged that. He's picking them apart.
And I like what Dev Raiders doing. You know, he got caught in the pocket because he got a little cocky, but also brawling a little bit. Now Dev Raiders is kind of laying back, picking his shots and dealing big damage. Just like that with that axe kick.
Nice.
Oh my! And this will end the fight.
Oh, he's
letting him up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dev Raider is playing with his food, ladies and gentlemen.
He stayed up all night waiting for this fight. He's not getting out of here until he needs to, until the refs drag him out of here.
Can he get the submission with 12 seconds left in the fight?
Nope.
Wow, what a round, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeez.
Round two, I think. I know this. Dev Raider is taking control of the fight. He had a rocky start in the beginning, but he started to execute and started to deliver those rocks. And how do you guys feel about the round two so far? The fight so far?
I mean, the way I'm looking at it is like, of course, Dev Raiders got control of the fight and everything. Just, in my opinion, like, he could have finished this fight several times. This might be the safe fighter in me when I play UFC 3, but it's like, just go for the finish. Like, don't play with your food a little bit, because this is a game to where if you do the wrong thing at the wrong time, you can get punished and lose right away. So I just like to see him finish the fight and go for the W.
Yes, I agree.
He is kicking him in the head. I think now at this point, maybe he's looking for it.
It's still anybody's game, like you said. A mistake could cost him. You've seen what happened when he missed those two strikes. He got hit with the haymaker and was rocked.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, planting those feet and dropping some hooks on him.
Nice body work by John.
Oh!
Oh, Freeze. Rocks. Dev Raider. He does a little taunt to let him know he's still good.
When Freeze is getting caught and getting rocked by these combos, though, with the hands, it's always by either an uppercut or a hook. I want to see Freeze either do like a sway or something and maybe counter this, because this Raider's head health is low enough to the point where he could get rocked off of a counter. Use your head movement a little bit, possibly counter, and then maybe get a chance to finish this fight.
Yeah, but you have to think, if he sways the opposite direction, he's gonna be, in a position, very vulnerable position, where he does get knocked out.
That's why I say sway back.
There it is.
Oh my
Big
goodness.
uppercut.
Never sway down. Never sway down.
Dev Raider defeats Freeze. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some hype in the chats? Wow.
Oh my
I
goodness.
hope he lets the replay play out. That was nice. Oh, man.
Yeah, a whole lot of bravado coming out.
Oh my god.
Dev Raider letting everyone know this is his octagon. He wants to control it.
Yeah, Dev Raider's amazing. A shout out to Freeze, because he did, at moments I thought that he was going to be able to take the victory, just based off the fact that Dev was missing those type of strikes where he was like within inches. A lot of stamina wasted right there, and he could have been punished for it. Not just by getting rocked, but he could have got knocked out. What a fight.
Absolutely. And I think the John Jones pick, I know in ranked it is picking up a lot of steam. It is the meta pick at light heavyweight. We'll see if people keep going back to it, because that range, those long kicks, and even the boxing, it was all there. That looked super impressive.
Yes, it did. So right now, guys, we're going to be watching. Let me see the name. I don't see. Oh, EK Mateo versus Slick Colt. Guys, who do you guys have in this matchup?
So I actually faced Slick Colt in my last UFC my last ESFL appearance. Slick Colt's a pretty good fighter, but EK Mateo, I fight him quite a few times on ranked, and not to talk anything about Slick Colt, I love the guy, but Mateo just seems like he's at a different level than when it comes to compared to Slick Colt. So my prediction is probably Slick Colt, but this is still going to be a pretty dang good fight because Slick. Wow, I'm Mateo. I think he's going to win this. Not Mateo. I give up. Wow.
Oh no.
Hey, Luger,
Mateo. My vote is on Mateo. This is gonna be a pretty good fight. Slick Colt's a real fighter, though. He can come back and actually surprise people. But oh wow, we're actually going with the opposite pick here, though.
Yeah, I'm
Grappler
trying to.
versus
I was
striker.
getting some audio feedback. Were you guys getting that? I think I got the right link here. Anyway, yeah, I agree with the breakdown. Looking at Mateo, I know going back, he picked up this game. He didn't really play it much when it first came out, and over the last few months, he's really dedicated his time and energy into mastering it. And I think what that speaks to is his natural ability to work the sticks, to be a gamer, and to get the coaching he needs to put himself in a position to improve rapidly, because his rise has been rapid, and he with that EK team, he's getting all the best coaching in the world, and I want to see what he can do on this competitive level, because he's had some good fights already, but I believe he's only had one fight in the ESFL, and I don't know if he won that, but I know, as Legacy said, he has been tearing it up on the ranked scene, so I look forward to seeing his performance here.
Yeah, EK, they pick the best. Oftentimes I've seen them fighting cards, and I've also ran into them on Xbox. They're really good. Like they know how to. They're an all-around fighter. Like they don't just go to the ground and they stick to the ground. They don't just go to striking and stick to striking. I have not seen Slick Colt fight, but that doesn't take away the fact that he's probably a good fighter, guys, because he is on the ESFL card. So I'm gonna just go with EK because I know I've seen them fight and I know how they fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Slick Colt made a statement tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He's another world-class player, and I'm curious. We know Mateo probably looking to grapple here. It looks like he's locking in George St. Pierre. Nick Diaz for Slick Colt. Do you think he's going to look to strike here, Legacy? What do you think Slick Colt's plan is going into this fight?
Whoa, okay, I got the wrong link right here. I was confused as can be.
Yeah,
Give me a second.
Just refresh.
Good to go.
So it's looking like right now it's going to be a Nick Diaz, George St. Pierre fight. And I've been telling you guys, Nick Diaz is a cheat code. The Diaz brothers themselves are cheat codes in the UFC fight. Not only just with the ground game, but the striking on the feet game. They're, unbeatable sometimes, especially in the right hands.
Yeah, Nick Diaz can do things other fighters just can't do. His ability to throw combination after combination, his body shots, deservedly so, just take the gas out of fighters. He's an excellent striker, to say the least. And, of course, that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. No slouch on the ground either.
Oh, no. And that's why a lot of people actually, I think, pick Nick Diaz is because he's honestly a pretty good counter when it comes to the ground game with George St. Pierre. Got amazing ground stats when it comes to being on the bottom. So I think that's a big reason why a lot of people pick Nick Diaz. Also because of the fabulous boxing. But with his grappling, you can pretty much, grapple with the best people in the welterweight division.
Yes, you can.
Is 2 years his senior. Diaz
So,
is 1 inch taller. The reach
character-wise,
once again,
which one do you guys favor? Which one's a preference? I personally, I do like Nick Diaz, but I am a big, George St. Pierre user online.
So I like I do like GSP. I do like using both these characters. I do sway away from using them because I don't want to be like made a fighter or whatever. But the thing is, with this, my biggest thing, I'd rather use Nick more than GSP because of that chin health that GSP has. It doesn't, when you can exploit it and actually land quite a few shots on the chin, you'll see his head health start to just diminish very quickly. So that's one thing I'm going to love to see if Slick Colt can come in here and just do damage to the head and really show that GSP's chin health's not too good on this game.
Yeah, and right away, I like the pressure coming out from Slick Colt. He's getting in his face, and he's throwing those combinations, like we said.
A nice back and forth. Denies the takedown. Wants this fight to be on the feet.
Beautiful inside leg kick. Big power shot.
Yeah, and I am a fan of Nick Diaz, the Diaz brothers, Stockton, 209, representing all the time. But in game, I think there's a reason we see both these fighters picked a lot. They both do what they do as well as anybody else. They're both at the top of the meta. So I think it comes down to what the fighters themselves are doing with the fighters.
That, and they also want to use this Stockton slap burner. A nice
I'll be
back
honest,
and forth
I've
counter.
never seen that.
EK Mateo is definitely, countering, swaying a little bit. It's a nice back and forth. Diaz is getting off the
Hook
exchange.
shot attempt to the head here. Instead, it's blocked by George St. Pierre.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice punch there by Diaz.
Both of their
Block
blocks are
completely
going,
broken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blocks the shot.
Ooh, nice spinning. Oh, there we go.
Oh, catches it.
Okay, so
nice head.
I'm seeing Mateo slipping a lot on the second strike as he's expecting that jab straight. If you can see Slick Colt maybe throw a hook after every jab or something, we can start catching him.
He didn't miss with
Yeah,
it.
let's see if he reads his strategy and kind of just plays to it, because he is swaying in that direction. Oh, wow.
Got two gates of going for the Kimura. Oh, he might
One more
get this.
gate.
He might get this. One more gate.
Cranking it.
Oh my
Got it.
goodness! Oh, Slick Colt!
Oh, no.
Defeats EK Mateo, ladies
Oh
and
my
Did I just
goodness!
walk like that? Dude, what?
gentlemen. He countered the takedown and got into a two-stage Kimura.
Oh my
Let's
goodness!
see the replay on this.
Oh,
Submission of the year right there. A minute
my
36 into the first
goodness.
round.
Great defense right there.
And here it is again, absolutely
That
Cranking
was
on the Kimura.
amazing.
Yeah, what a move there. What was George St. Pierre's stamina low going into that shot, or did he just completely catch him there? Did he just rip that arm off all on his own?
No,
So a
he
lot-
had- yeah.
So a lot of times he did have stamina, but a lot of times when you actually go for a takedown like that and you get denied that way, where it almost turns into a reversal, it drains your stamina more than just a normal normal denial. So Nick Diaz got pretty good submission offense. I mean, I think that's what took place. The fact that his stamina got drained during that, and then Diaz's good stamina, good submission offense. Because I was really surprised to see those gates moving so slow.
Yeah, like, like the submission, it was moving super slow. I was looking at it, and I was like, maybe he could get out. And by the second stage, it seemed like they were just moving at a very slow pace. So that means that he really had it locked in. And in a two-stage four-stage submission, it doesn't really take that much time just to hurry up and get it and get the win. Wow, that was nice. That was great defense, guys.
Yeah, I think a little bit of sympathy for our European viewers coming out from Slick Colt, making very quick work of that fight, getting out of there not even halfway through the first round. That was a treat. I'm glad I was here for that one.
Wow. All right, so we're moving on to the next fight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure that I am saying this right. Looks like it's going to be Bone Doing Work versus King Steve 30 or Steve O.
Steve is what he usually goes by.
Okay,
King
Steve. Bone Doing Work versus King Steve.
Yeah, and this is super exciting. King Steve, I actually have been playing against this guy for years, or not years, but months here. Feels like years, because he's been putting beatings on me over and over. He's a big part of the Twitch community, likes to support all the players, and I've known for a long time that he has a nasty, nasty game. I'm so happy to see him in the ESFL. I didn't realize he's even on the card tonight. So late replacement, but a high quality one. This is going to be a good fight.
Yeah, it is a replacement fight. I'm very excited to see it. I believe I've seen Bone Doing Work fight. This would be my first time seeing King Steve fight. Excited for the matchup if it stays between these two fighters. How do you feel about this? It's just in general, like for people to step up and be last minute replacements. They're not training for the other person. One person called out, another person called out. They both stepped in to put on for ESFL 65. I'm really happy that they do that.
I like what I'm seeing here, too. The McGregor pick possibly coming back at lightweight.
Yes. McGregor versus Tony Ferguson is an interesting matchup, and I hope it's a possible future matchup in the future. Definitely two fighters that would go and make it, definitely a fight of the year.
Yeah, and Bone Doing Work, as we introduce Steve to the ESFL community. Bone Doing Work needs no introduction. He's been here. He's been doing work for a long time. Just a couple weeks ago, we saw him get a win. And one thing about him is he's competed against the best, but he's also shown that he can hang in there with the best. I mean, he knows the game in and out. He isn't going to make any silly mistakes. So what we're going to see is two guys trying to beat each other, not with skills that they've developed in the game, but with their mind, with their brain, trying to outsmart their opponent, trying to figure out what they're doing, making reads. And that's the kind of fight I want to see.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just really anticipating this fight because Conor McGregor's got all the options on the feet. But the thing is, I wonder if he's going to take this to the ground with Tony, because Tony has a lot of options on the ground, a lot of submissions, and we know that's not Conor's strong suit. So I wonder if he's actually going to stand up and deal with the danger of Conor, or maybe possibly not the easy road, but it kind of sounds like it, take the easy road and go down to the ground.
Yeah, Bone is 0-2 right now. He just lost to Double Mat and Sticky Place. Let's see if he can get in the winning bracket and, just be in the winning bracket and get that first taste of victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And Steve does have the capability to take it to the ground. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, like we said, Steve hasn't fought on this stage. Bone Doing Work has, so even though it's a late notice replacement, Steve has a little bit of a scouting report, whereas Bone Doing Work is kind of just guessing, possibly. I don't know if these guys have fought before in ranked, but it'll be interesting to see how they approach this fight.
Yeah, I didn't see they actually fought due to their rivalry status.
There's the takedown. Oh, never mind.
Nice denial.
Lets him up right away.
Does not want the fight to be on the ground right now.
No, we just saw the danger of those two gate submissions. Tony Ferguson, he's got submissions everywhere, so probably a smart move from McGregor.
Yeah, they're still kind of feeling for them, for the distance and trying to gauge the range. As well as every first round in the fight, they usually, if they don't have their number already from previous fights, they kind of just test out what they can get away with and what they can, block.
Oh, nice, that was a nice takedown, though.
The timing.
Oh, this denial might be big if he's going to move. Oh, nice denial, though, by Bone.
I don't believe Conor McGregor has any submissions from this position, but it would kind of be interesting to see if Conor could get away with the submission on Tony Ferguson.
Well, we already have one submission of the year candidate. I think we see something like that. It's going to be a night to remember, but no, right back to the feet here. And I'm noticing Steve's fighting southpaw here with Tony Ferguson. Legacy, what do you think fighters are doing when they switch that stance up?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Honestly, it might just be a comfort thing because with certain fighters, because Tony Ferguson's the guy I use at lightweight, and honestly, I just feel more comfortable with him in southpaw. So it might just be a comfort thing. I don't know how much in the game really damage with hands really matters, so you might just be trying to avoid his power left. But for me, it's his comfort.
Sure, and we do see him switching back to orthodox after eating that big Celtic cross, that left hand from Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it is a comfort thing, I do believe, too. And the thing is, not just with comfort, every Conor is different. They might be the same character, but the person behind it is always a different person. And the strats that they have,
stamina drain.
We wish we had gone for a takedown there. That would have been so hard to deny with all that stamina being drained. Although he gets it anyway.
So
Air Ferguson taking him for a little flight.
We're just a few seconds away from the ending of the first round. Gentlemen, how do you feel this round went?
I'd be interested to see if that was a rock with that left hand that McGregor hit. I think other than that, there weren't too many consequential shots. There was a couple takedowns, but I think that left hand was what defined the round. I think Bone Doing Work took it with that.
I agree. All that was done by Steve was his control time, not really much happening on the ground, but that cross, that was the defining moment of the round that caused the most damage and that gave us the most ooh factor. So maybe the in-game judges thought it was the same way. But we're going to see how these guys will maybe change up their game styles in the next round.
Definitely, they're going to be a lot more comfortable, a little bit more loose. Like I always say, the first round is just testing the water, seeing what they can get away with. Now they're kind of just putting their game plan into place.
Good kick from Ferguson.
Yes. And that's what I want to see. I want to see more body work possibly. Just because Connor does not have the best stamina in this game. Although Bone is doing a pretty good job not just wasting off his stamina away at once. And it shows a lot to me.
In great shape.
Oh yeah, it
Nice
shows
the takedown.
exactly. And this shows a lot to me when Conor McGregor has more stamina than Tony Ferguson, which in my opinion in this game is kind of ridiculous. It shows Bone knows very well how to consume his and conserve his stamina with Conor.
Yeah, when you got that much power in your hands, you don't need to be winging those hooks. He's throwing that jab, that straight. Very good work from Bone doing work.
Oh, nice denial.
And eats away at his stamina with that denied takedown. It's interesting to see. He's not, allowing him to be on the floor. I wonder if I forget his name. There you go, King Steve. I wonder if he's just not really sure of his stamina game at this moment.
Yeah, and we're halfway through the fight right now. 2:30. He got the takedown there. I don't know if stamina's gonna be a huge factor. So much as just landing some offense here. Both guys fighting very well defensively, but you're not gonna win rounds without hitting your opponent. So they're landing jabs and stuff, but there's a lot of room to steal rounds here.
Correct. So Legacy, what do you think would be the best game plan for King Steve right now?
I'm doing exactly what he's doing. Like, I'd take it
wow.
to the ground, get control. Then maybe if he could deny a couple of transitions and stay in a powerful dominant position. But we saw he could do a lot of damage on the ground. Keep on going for that, but do it smartly to an extent where you're not just going to keep on getting denied like this. Go for feints. Go for maybe mix it up. Do counter one of his shots, and then off a counter when you get a hit reaction, go for a takedown. Because I think that's where we see most of his success is on the ground.
Yeah, I'd like to see Steve be creative with these takedowns. Oh, he's in again. Maybe set up a couple fakes or something, because the straight shooting in, it's getting denied here. Bone doing work is on those attempts.
Although he does get this reversal right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he found Bone's weakness, which is ground and pound.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, especially with these fighters. Tony Ferguson dropping those deadly elbows. It did a lot of damage, and now he's got a great position here, too.
Yeah, he's doing really well. If he could just block the transitions and be in a dominant position, I see him winning the round on the floor.
So how'd the ooh factor play out in that round, Legacy? What do you think?
I mean, there was no rocks, right? There was no rocks in that fight, right? That round.
As far as I remember.
Steve, Bone did get some damage down on the feet, but also in that one, we found ourselves talking about the grappling and the ground and pound a lot that round. So that was a close round, but I might give that to Steve just because of that.
Yeah, and his stamina recovered pretty well during the round, so they're kind of neck and neck with the stamina.
Maybe Bone doing work, being a little more aggressive at the outgate here.
I think with Bone's mindset right now, he could be down one round, and depending on how this round plays out, he could potentially lose the fight. So I would see him be a little bit more aggressive than normal. Nice tonight.
Although I like to see Steve maybe not go for these takedowns so wildly, because these are really easy to deny. Go off a hit reaction. Once you hit Conor, like right there, go for a takedown. But he was a little late on that, but right when you see Conor start to sway back from a hit, that's when we go for the takedown. Although at this point, we know Bone, he knows this is where Steve wants to take this. So he might just be preemptively going for that takedown defense right when Steve hits him with a nice shot.
Maybe even get him back against the cage. The cage.
Oh, there we go.
He had a high success rate against the cage.
That's very true.
Yeah, and Bone getting in a rhythm. He's getting loose. That left hand, the uppercut.
This might be it.
I think this might be game over. No.
Oh, no. His survivability. Oh, nice takedown.
Nice takedown.
Conor probably going to go for the get up here. No, didn't get it. Nice.
Right
here,
and
he postures up.
Of the fight, guys. If he stays on the bottom, but he gets up.
Say if he could have kept Bone on the ground, this could be taunt coming from Bone and Steve.
Oh, another left hand.
Bone looking for
Right
his
now,
first
this
win in the
this will be
ESFL.
it. There we
Ladies
go.
and gentlemen, Bone doing work defeats King Steve. Lubre, how do you feel about this?
It's we try to stay unbiased. Steve, I like the guy, so it's a little heartbreaking, but I love seeing Conor McGregor go out there and get in a rhythm with the striking game. Those power shots, that left hand landing over and over, super impressive. So hopefully we get to see both these guys back in here. Bone doing work, picking up that win, but I think everyone who saw him fight knew it was just a matter of time. This guy is a top-notch player, and he showed it. Great work there. Dang. What a left hand.
Your thoughts?
I mean, that was just really good. Right there at the end when Bone saw that Ferguson probably couldn't just take it anymore, he put on the pressure, broke down his block, and just went for the finish, and he got it.
Yeah, I did believe the game plan was going to be him just kind of surviving the first 2 rounds and then, just giving all that he had in the 3rd round. And, he was more aggressive. He started to, give him a little bit more than he was the other 2 rounds. And he also, was denying the takedown. So, and he was getting up from the bottom position. So what a great fight by Bone. Also, a big shout out to, I forget his name, King Steve, for both of them just showing up and giving us a fight on ESFL 65.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a great fight. They both had their moments. That takedown when Steve needed it. A lot of hype in that fight. I had a lot of fun watching it.
I just really hope that King Steve does not get discouraged from this one loss and that he keeps on coming back because, like you said, that was a good fight. That was the point where, if Steve could have gotten maybe a crucial denial on the ground, that maybe we could have seen a different outcome. So I hope King Steve stays motivated, comes back, and possibly gets a win in the ESFL.
Yeah, and then Bone, I believe, is 1-2 now. I'm not sure what King Steve's record is.
That was his first fight there.
That was his first fight. Coming into the ESFL, losing your first fight, I don't believe is a bad thing. It's tough competition, but you learn from losing.
Yeah, the well-documented ESFL jitters, especially stepping in late notice, not getting your head maybe in place, not having enough time to prepare. But he fought well, and I think that we're going to see good things. But it looks like we're jumping into our next fight here pretty soon.
Yes, we are.
So I got T4H recognized taking on Yeshua's Hammer. Both guys have fought a lot. Hammer, very well known, likes to take fights pretty much every card in, and he deserves it, man. He's one of the best grapplers out there. He got a great submission in his last fight.
I'm really interested with this matchup too because with Hammer's grappling, he is picking Ortega, of course, but it looks like over here, Recognized went with almost like a counter pick with Frankie Edgar. So I'm kind of looking forward to see maybe what Hammer can do with the grappling. One thing is Frankie has phenomenal boxing, but use Ortega correctly, his striking can also be dangerous. So I'm going to be interested to see how these guys clash against each other and see if you can get the momentum moving in either grappling or striking.
Yeah, and the speed is a huge factor, and then on the other side, you got Ortega's reach and power. It's always nice to see when the stats are fairly even in terms of how good the fighters are, but very different in how they're distributed. Yeah, I like this matchup a lot. I agree.
It's an interesting matchup, guys. I believe it's Brian Ortega versus Frankie Edgar. In real life, Brian Ortega gave Frankie Edgar, I believe, his first knockout with a lethal uppercut. So
yes.
Yep, his first finish loss.
There you go. So hopefully it looks like we're going to start off the gate with
okay.
very aggressive uppercuts.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know Yeshua loves the work behind that jab, double it up, sometimes even triple it up to throw people off. Definitely a weapon for him.
Ooh, wow.
So a little bit of a fact check here. So Hammer's last 2 opponents have also been T4H members. So this is gonna be kind of interesting.
A little rivalry,
See
I
if,
believe.
yeah, it's got a little bit of a rivalry going. I'm not sure how his record is against them, but we got the Gracie killer. Maybe we got the T4H killer here if Hammer get this win.
T4H is a very a good camp, guys. So who knows what his record is against him, but I know if I heard that it was 0-2, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, Yeshua Hammer, his camp, BF5R, they got Warrior, Swift Tricks. It is a high-level camp. And so we're going to see a lot of matchups between these two camps, I'm sure, going forward. It's always fun to see these rivalries develop over time.
Yes. Oh, nice uppercut by Frankie Edgar. Yeah, Recognize seems to be a little bit patient and picking his shots, countering very well.
Ooh. You've seen definitely a speed factor here. It seems like Hammer's trying to get a couple shots off, but Recognizes is intercepting them right away with his jab straights.
Yeah, the straight beats the jab. It's getting in there faster than Yeshua's jab. It's incredible. And when you see Yeshua lunging a lot like this, what are you thinking, Legacy?
I'm a little bit worried because we do see Recognize throwing a lot of jab straights, but if he reads this, it could easily open up Hammer vulnerable to a hook. So we're going to see if Recognize sees that and starts throwing hooks when he does this.
Got one to the left, one to the right. He's got some dance moves tonight.
Oh yeah, which I would say maybe use them a little bit more sparingly because you can see Recognize already throwing a little bit more hooks than he was. Although Hammer is definitely working this guy's block.
Ooh, looked like he was gonna break it with that last punch.
Yeah, he had a nice spinning back elbow in there that actually landed. Didn't rock him, but Yeshua's he's working on something. I think he's got something in his head here. He's working a game plan.
For sure, you just see him working, Recognize his block over and over again.
Yeah, so who do you guys feel took that round? Legacy, let's start with you.
I mean, that was a very close round. They just showed the stats. Hammer definitely threw a lot more strikes, but he landed 3 more strikes than Recognize did, so that's kind of a pick'em round in my opinion. I do remember having Hammer maybe land more of the bigger strikes when it comes to that overhand right at the beginning. So that's a pick'em round. I'm glad I'm not a judge. That's all I'm going to say because that was close.
Yeah, after that Mad Dog Prioxis fight on the last Xbox card, I think I just give up on trying to judge close rounds like that. But I did notice that the stamina, Frankie Edgar, you know, usually would have the stamina advantage in a fight like this, but I think he was a little bit lower. It's very close, though.
Yes, it was. Now we're entering round 2, guys.
Open up with a nice leg kick.
Now you're seeing some hooks coming out from Recognize.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe he's paying attention to how he counters and how
he almost caught him right there with one.
Yeah, he's paying attention for sure.
Oh, he's pouring it on him. Oh, good clinch. Yeah, Yeshua's in trouble right now. Block low, head low. Good takedown.
Nice takedown. Nice reversal by Recognize. Tries to go into side control, but is denied.
Yeah, he got that sweep, but you almost wondered, did he want it? I mean, being in Brian Ortega's guard is a very scary position. Now the rubber guard, too.
Let's see if he can get out of it. Doesn't seem like he can. Ooh, he's throwing the punches.
He's butchering them from the bottom.
Nice. Nice reversal from Stack Guard. It seems to me like he definitely wants the fight to be on the floor. Maybe go for a submission. Brian Ortega is a pretty good submissionist.
Yeah, and I know Hammer knows where those 2 gates are. He's not afraid to look for that position, maybe try to set it up with a denial, get that stamina advantage.
Oh, for sure. I think if he could, Hammer should know this, but I think Brian Ortega's most dangerous. Oh, he's going for a submission here, though. But Brian Ortega's most dangerous submission, in my opinion, is that knee bar from Stack when postured up half guard. So if he could probably set himself up there, that'd be very dangerous. Half the time, all it takes is one denial from being postured up in the half guard, and you pretty much got a guaranteed submission when you go for it.
Yeah, I seen him tried to go for submission a little bit earlier, and it seemed like he was hitting the gates pretty fast. So maybe if he breaks down his stamina a little bit more, he could actually execute it. If not, he can just try to go, like you said, for the 2-gate submission.
Yeah, and good patience here from Recognize. He is getting peppered a little bit, but he's not gassing himself out. He's not putting himself in a position to lose the fight right now. He is losing the round, though.
For sure. 30 seconds left, and they both get up on their feet again. Yeah, I believe Hammer is actually 1-0 against T4H. He was calling out Buck Flair for a match a few weeks ago. You know, and he's getting recognized. So I believe he's, you know, he's trying to go through T4H right now and kind of make a statement.
Oh, yeah. And the trash talking, you know, it's very rampant in the SFL. We're all big fight fans. We like to see it. It's all good fun. But it does add a dynamic to fights like these. There's more on the line when somebody's, you know, running their mouth a little bit. So this third round's going to be a big round. We don't know what the scorecards are, but both these guys got a lot on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you guys are watching, you guys are fans of VSFL, go ahead and join the Discord and go to General Talk. You'll see all the trash talk in the world, guys, and you'll very much enjoy it. I kind of peek in there every now and then when I'm down just to kind of see the trash talk, especially after the matches. I love it.
Right now, though, I think in round 3, though, I hope neither of these gentlemen are really confident that they're winning this fight, because that first round was a really pick 'em, and we probably all agree that Hammer won the second round, but there's a chance that Hammer very well lost the first round. So both of these guys have to go out there and take this fight.
Yeah, correct. Good takedown there.
Nice.
Correct. I do feel like Hammer might have an edge depending on just the second round alone, and I'm not really sure who won the first round. But if he can do exactly what he did in the second round in the third, I'm pretty sure he can win the victory in decision if he doesn't take it by submission or TKO.
Yeah, all that's little leg reset here.
Oh.
There you know, it's with the time stone.
There it is. But yeah, as good as Hammer did in the second round, on the feet, Recognized was putting him against the cage and pressuring him as he's doing against. Oh!
Ooh, nice combination. Wow.
That Brian T. City Ortega uppercut again coming through.
A 3-piece in the soda, ladies and gentlemen.
Right now, if Hammer honestly could just put on the pressure a little bit, recognize his block is down, his head health is low, possibly just go in there and just kind of work his block and keep on getting, work his block to where he's only protecting the front. Maybe start going for some hooks, because his head health is low. It's not going to take much to get him another rock.
And I love to see this. Hammer saying, you want to fight? Come into the guard. We'll see what happens.
That's petty at its finest. Ooh, single collar.
Oh, nice.
He's working it, you know, he's working the clinch a little bit in his favor, and he was able to get out of it.
Yeah, and assuming that we have any idea of what we're talking about as far as scorecards go, it looks like Recognize needs the finish here. He is down in this round at the very least. Last round probably lost. First round very close. He's trying to go for it though. He's pressuring.
You know, the judges in the game are a lot like the judges in the, you know, in the real world. They don't really know what they're talking about. But I believe, you know, I believe you're right. So far, I do have Hammer winning the fight so far.
The head kick.
Maybe it won't go to decision. Ladies
and
gentlemen. Wow, nice head kick. And he's working the block really well.
No quit from Recognize though. Still standing toe-to-toe, throwing shots.
Oh, for sure. He definitely recognizes that he needs to finish this fight to get the win.
You know, I don't think Hammer's going to let him finish the fight. He might finish it right now.
Oh! 2 seconds!
Oh, a ninja defusal by Hammer.
Oh my goodness.
Hammer defeats recognized guys. Right now he is 2-0 against T4H. Legacy, what do you think about the knockout, man?
I mean, that was ridiculous. Like, honestly, he really could have just taken that fight and maybe just gone with it to get the decision win. But he really wanted that finish. To me, that's showing a statement. That's what that was. And he took that. I think he really just wants to get that fight with good old with Buck Flair, and I think doing that might just give him that fight because honestly, now I want to see that after that performance.
Yeah, that head kick finish, super exciting. Awesome to see people going for it at the end like that. Somewhere, the shout of "yeah" is echoing across the mountains. Hammer got to be happy with that win. Looking forward to see what they do with him next.
You know, and I'm hoping he gets his Buck Flair fight after that knockout. What a head kick. And then not only that, it was just a head kick and it was a knockout. The timing, it was going to go to decision, and he made it, you know, it could be debatable that he would have won that fight in decision. He didn't want to leave it to the judges. He knocked him out, took control of the fight. Great job by Hammer.
Yeah, this next fight should be good too. We're getting close to the top of the card here, and I think what I'm really excited about is Sticky Place. His opponent Lusting, I don't know a lot about. Maybe one of you guys do, but Sticky Place has been looking very good. He's been on a couple cards lately, and you know, what we see is at the top of these cards, the styles start to merge a little bit. Everyone's a little bit more similar. Everyone knows the meta, and I'm just looking forward to this fight.
Yes, so if you guys don't know, we have Lusting versus Sticky Place. Lust is GSP, Sticky Place is obviously Bisbee.
I believe when Sticky Place's last outing, he literally came out here like an animal and was just throwing everything he had. So I'm going to see if he kind of decides to do the same tactic here, but it looks like he's a little bit more patient this time than he was in his last fight.
Yeah, Lust had a good combination there in the beginning, and you would think, you know, GSP against Bisbing, he turned to the wrestling, but GSP can strike with just about anyone in middleweight.
Yes, he can, and in the right hands, guys, he could be extremely dominant just in every position you put him in, stand up, ground and pound, even submissions every now and then.
Oh, the uppercut, the body rip.
He's definitely focusing on his combinations early.
Yeah, and he was hands down, slid out of the way of that jab without moving his head. Is all just perfect management of the range there for Lust.
We do have an interesting thing, though, if this does go past 3 rounds, because
Oh, no.
this is actually as a 5-round fight right now.
Yeah, I believe a little penalty coming out possibly for the fighters here. Of course, remember, these aren't championship fights. We need 3-rounders, but a lot of action early on here. I don't know if we'll make it to 4th round.
I don't think so either. This was scheduled for 3 rounds, but it might not last, 3 rounds. It might not last 5 as well. But it seems like Sticky Place is landing those headshots pretty well.
Yeah, they're both connecting. A lot of damage early on in this fight.
Oh, wow.
The left hook, George St. Pierre, flying knee attempt.
Knee. And they're just going back and forth at this point with rocks and his head damage. Although we do see Sticky Place with Michael Bisping. His head damage, his head health seems to be a lot lower than St. Pierre's. So we're going to see how this goes.
Oh, a little bit of lag.
Yep, I got that too.
As well.
Oh, nice. Another rock though. Working the body too. Oh!
Had he thrown the head kick, it would have been curtains. Oh!
Sticky Place needs to defend everywhere. Both his body and his health are just diminishing right now.
His stamina as well as
Caught him slipping.
Sticky Place is fighting back, guys. What a slobber knocker we have on our hands.
Yeah, I love the way these guys are throwing combos, pausing, and then letting it rip again. Tons of action. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. So, Luber, how do you feel about the first round so far?
You know, I'd like to see the total knockdowns and rocks before, you know, we try to guess what the judges are doing, but I think you got to say that Lust is the one really, I mean, damage on their face may be different, but you can see the head health, the body health. Lust is kind of running away with this. He's doing a lot of work.
Oh, he is listening to us. All right, we're entering round 2. Yeah, I did see that too. I did feel like Lust was not controlling the fight, but he was putting a little bit more damage to Sticky Place.
Yeah, what I'm noticing about Sticky Place is if he does time up that combo, big
Good
uppercut.
combination and a counter.
Every time the Sticky Place gets rocked by Lust, Lust goes to the body with 3 hooks to the body. Maybe some way to counter that, Sticky could possibly throw an uppercut there. That would stop him right in his tracks on throwing those body hooks.
What I'm hoping to see from Lust is that when he knows that he's maybe like we were saying, if he gets knocked again, maybe not even go for the body, just start going for the head if he's expecting him to go to the body.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and right now what we're seeing, as we said, Lust running away with it, but Sticky Place still has the stamina and just enough health to make something happen. Oh, no.
My goodness. Oh, and he went to the head there.
The uppercut.
Oh, my goodness.
What an excellent level change that he did right there.
Right back up.
And you guys were on it. He was looking for that uppercut to counter the body hooks. Sticky Place trying to find the knockout out of nowhere, but he can't do it. He just can't land.
Ooh. Yeah, it's not looking good for Sticky Place.
No. Sticky Place is realizing though that he's going to the body after he's getting rocked, but at the same time he's only blocking. He's not throwing uppercuts. He's not doing anything to counter. He's just absorbing everything with his block.
Yeah, and he's tried that front kick a couple times.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, I believe he's not really paying attention to his strategy, while on the other side of the ring,
Oh my gosh.
and seeing like what he does when he does certain things. And he's
Yeah.
trying to make like a little strategy out of it.
Honestly,
And those
right now-
hooks coming from the outside, tagging Bisbing, maybe using a one-eyed fighter
Oh my
to his
God.
detriment here. Oh no!
Oh!
Great combination. And then if you guys could see, he did try to go for the body. He blocked, Bisbing blocked the body, and then obviously, you know, he went for the uppercut. See, look, he let it play. Wow, great fight.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
That
and
was
how
awesome.
about Lust?
Look at that accuracy. 61 punches out of 108 landed.
And those are power shots, throwing the hooks, combinations up high, down low. Like you said, the level changes. Just an amazing performance on the feet all around.
Yeah, it was. So fed. Who came up? I'm not sure, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, so I believe my fight is next, so I'll catch you guys on the other side after this.
Listen, before you go, let's have a little pre-fight interview. How do you feel you're going to do against him?
So Swift Tricks, me and Swift Tricks actually go back and forth. Swift Tricks is in my Twitch chat a lot. We go back and forth on this, so this is going to be a pretty fun fight in my opinion. I never say I'm going to beat Swift because, you know, we go back and forth. He reads me and he finishes me, then I read him. The next fight, I finish him. So for me, this is one of my more nervous fights because it's not like I'm going against a guy that I'm not going to lose. This is guys like, crap, I could beat, but I could also lose. Like, it's a coin toss for me right now. But I'm going to do my best to go out there and get the win, of course. But, you know.
Of course. All right, well, we in the booth wish you good luck and, you know, have fun.
All right, as always.
See you in a minute.
All right, Luber.
Yeah, unbiased commentary from here on out, though.
Yep. we gotta ask hard questions. So I might have seen Legacy fight, but I do not recall. I haven't seen either of these gentlemen's fights. So I'm kind of in the dark with this. So have you seen any of these two fight?
Yeah, Legacy, actually, I did compete against him in the ESFL. He changes up his styles based off his opponents. Like we said, he was saying, he knows Swift Tricks very well. So seeing him lock in the Aldo pick, I was a little surprised by that because typically I think from Legacy you see somebody who's looking to get the win, cerebral fighting. If he's got to use the distance, he'll use the range. If he's got to use wrestling, he'll use wrestling. And that's smart, but what we're seeing here is he's taking a fighter that, you know, is more about getting the finish and doing damage. So I don't know what his strategy is going to be. I'm super excited to see it.
Correct, and it seems like it's a 20-fight rivalry with Legacy having the 12 wins over Swift-Trix, who has 8 wins. So it's definitely going to be a good back and forth when you see something like that.
Yeah, and Swift-Trix, he's an ESFL vet. He's been in there before. No cage jitters for these guys. We're just going to see a good fight, I think.
For sure. Yeah, the Aldo pick is definitely a weird pick, but I definitely use Aldo when I'm fighting in ranked as well. But against a Max Holloway, who is a very good striker, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and I see Legacy trying to jump on him. Every time Max is throwing some spinning stuff, he's trying to throw that jab, that hook, maybe trying to get a quick rock. But that spinning kick, it does so much damage so quick, and it's so hard to, you can't catch it. So it's hard to punish unless you get on it from the get-go. You got to hit him before the kick comes out.
Yeah, and Legacy is definitely taking his time. And as to Swift-Trix, he's actually kind of just picking his shots here and there as well, but he's attacking and being a little bit more aggressive than Legacy is.
Yeah, and I'd like to see these guys, hopefully they're having fun in there, because that's when we're going to get the best fighting out of them, the most creative approach, and it seems like they're both willing to throw, and that good takedown, but he lets him up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure what his game plan is there. If he's actually scared to be on the floor with Legacy, or maybe he just wants to fight to be on the the feet.
Oh, yeah. Maybe trying to increase the amount of volume going on here, make sure both guys run out of stamina. In that kind of fight, Max Holloway will take it if they're both using a lot of energy.
Correct. Yeah, I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing so far. Good back and forth. I do feel like Legacy is picking his body shots really well. He's actually hitting them with the spinning kick. Oh.
Yeah, and those kicks from Jose Aldo, they just slap in there.
They do.
Ton of damage every time they land.
Ooh, nice combination there. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it's definitely going back and forth. I do feel like Swifty is taking a bad hit with the stamina.
Yeah.
Like he missed a few major shots and it kind of set him back.
Yeah, we were talking about the stamina game, right? Aldo versus Holloway, the classic way that matchup plays with Holloway's gas tank lasting. But if you keep getting kicked in the belly, that dynamic is going to go out the window very quickly. And Legacy's doing a good job of making sure that's not going to be a problem in the later rounds.
Yeah, I definitely see him taking out the body, and then, the head follows after that. Ooh. 10 seconds left remaining in the first round.
Standing toe-to-toe, I like it.
Yes. The last 10 seconds in every ESL fight that I've watched, it seems like the fighters just let it loose. And if you know that they're going to do that, maybe you can catch your opponent being kind of reckless and just, catch them with a good hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Those windows of opportunity that emerge, sometimes you can try to force them and sometimes you let them come to you. And these fighters, both of them know how to do it, but Legacy right now taking advantage.
Yes, they are. All right, we're entering round 2. Again, now they're starting to swing a little bit more. Nice.
Yeah, and I do believe I'm living a bit in the future here. I'm seeing these strikes land a little bit before you. I'll try not to spoil too much, but this is a good fight. I don't know what I even expect to happen from right now. I think Legacy took that first round, but I don't think that means he has an advantage per se, although these hands are looking nice.
Ooh, nice uppercut. Ooh. Yeah, he's definitely, those kicks, he's starting to throw them kicks back. Ooh.
Oh. Trying to bite my tongue here. This is a banger, man. Back and forth they go.
Yeah, that was a nice uppercut by Legacy.
The body kicks. Legacy, really, I think Legacy's starting to pull away with this. He's in a good rhythm, you know what I mean? Where you know what your opponent's thinking, you're one step ahead of them maybe in the reads and the game planning, and you can really use that to perpetuate success throughout the entire fight if you just stay on point, stay on rhythm.
He's also mixing it up very well. Ooh, nice hook. It's a nice back and forth. You can see Legacy is just piecing up his block and just kind of eating away, maybe saving up for the third round if he wants to take it to the third round.
Yeah, and when you start to get a lead, it gives you some options you don't have in the beginning of the fight. Like you said, that block. You can start eating it up. You don't have to worry about, actually landing too many shots as long as you're landing and he's not. And Legacy effective with that jab.
Yeah, see, Swifty is definitely not taking advantage of the block because it is reaching the point. Oh, nice punch.
That right hand from Jose Aldo, dropping him straight onto the canvas. Now he's looking for some ground and pound.
And stack guard, if he does it well, he could put himself in a position perfect right there. Put him in half guard, maybe even side control.
Yeah, and Legacy's no slouch on the ground. He knows where he can find damage and where he needs to be patient. And look at this ground and pound. He's going right back to it.
And he gets 30 seconds remaining in the second round. I'm definitely going to think it's going to enter another round.
Yeah, Swiftrix is beat up though, man. The head, the body, they're both low. Legacy can kind of sit back and wait for that big shot. Hopefully he's looking for a finish here.
Hopefully he is. I believe if he, steps up the aggressiveness, he could possibly maybe even get him with a TKO because those leg kicks are landing, and you can kind of see the player taking effect into it, and his body health is just dropping.
Yeah, those kicks are just brutal, aren't they? Jose Aldo fought this weekend, disappointing performance. Legacy trying to make up for it, trying to give us what the fans want.
For real. Ooh, nice uppercut.
Uppercut.
I like how he's mixing it up. Where I would predict a body kick, he just threw it to the leg.
Yeah, and he's not throwing the same combinations. He's going straight uppercut, uppercut hook, jab hook. Oh!
Ooh, Swift.
That was the body kick. Legacy tried to throw it as Swift was backing up. Swift said, no, I'm coming forward. Hits him with the good hook.
Yeah, maybe he has been paying attention. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays out. Not only just because of his recent rock, but he's starting to realize like his block.
Oh, another one.
Oh, wow.
Right hook caught Legacy slipping to the left. Legacy ducks the hook.
Oh, it could have been dangerous because it almost looked like it hit him, that angle.
Yeah, he just got out of the way, and then he slipped behind an uppercut right after that. So good head work, but dangerous game, especially when you got a lead.
He's able to stand the fight back up. Yeah, I don't think Swifty Tricks is comfortable being on the ground.
Yeah, it certainly seems like he's looking to get to the feet, whether it's particular to this fight or just the situation he finds himself in. I think he's looking to step forward and land those hooks again.
That's the work of having a rivalry and fighting each other previous times. You kind of know where a person really dominates, and maybe like he dominates him a little bit more on the ground, but it's definitely a good back and forth. But I do see Legacy maybe ending the fight, if not winning it in decision for sure.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be heading that direction. 2 minutes left though, a lot of time to work.
That is correct. Look, the body. That was a nice kick.
Jab, jab, right hook coming out from Swiftrix. Legacy still trying to sink that kick in, but he got punished already. I'm curious to see if he'll keep doing it because it's a dangerous game with Swiftrix looking for that knockout.
Yeah, he's starting to mix up the high kick now, so maybe if he catches him, maybe he... Oh, man, he's in a dangerous position.
Swiftrix hanging on by a thread.
His head and body are flashing. The right amount of combinations could end the fight right here. 50 seconds left in the third round.
Oh, the spinning elbow!
Oh,
he's throwing
wow.
everything he's got at him. You can hear the Brazilian crowd chanting, you will die, this fight coming down to the wire.
Oh, wow. 30 seconds left.
Oh!
Legacy looking to finish the fight.
Poured it on.
He doesn't want to get caught slipping because if he throws something wild...
Oh!
The counter!
5 seconds left in the fight. He throws the kick one last time.
Oh, I was just saying, he might throw something wild and get countered. Wow.
The straight right down the pipe. He does a flip.
What a counter.
Oh.
And Jose Aldo disappoints again, ladies and gentlemen. Good fight by both fighters. Legacy and Swifties. What a good back and forth. I definitely didn't see this going to the decision, but man, what a surprise knockout. Luber, how do you feel about the fights or the knockout?
I mean, round of applause for both guys. They did everything they needed to do. They knew each other. They were out there having fun with the striking game. And we got, in return, just an amazing fight. That was so fun to watch. I was losing it at the end there. We'll see what Legacy has to say when he comes in the booth. But he put on a great performance. And I actually respect the fact that he threw to the end, showing his mentality. He wants to give the fans a show. And we got one. We certainly did.
Yeah, that was crazy. Legacy.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, man, before anything else, I got to say props, man. That's the kind of fight I want to see. You knew you had it in your back pocket, and you kept throwing. I love it.
Real quick to Peyton, who wanted to know what the scorecard was. Scorecard, I was winning both rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck! Excuse the language. It's all good, though. Honestly, that was fun. I'm going to be a good sport and fucking just be happy about it, because that was fun as can be. Like I said, Swift Tricks, he came at the end of it, but whatever. Jose Aldo did disappoint one more time, so.
Yeah, and that's the kind of fight fans remember. So thank you so much for doing that, man. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Listen, great back and forth. I definitely enjoyed it. I kind of was predicting how it would end, because I didn't want you to throw nothing kind of crazy at the end, because I thought you could have just, walked away and backed up against the cage and just ended the fight on a decision win. And I was kind of just seeing him and seeing how he was countering you and like how he was paying attention to your moves. And it seems like he was just kind of strategizing just to throw that punch. But definitely a great fight. Nothing's taken away from you guys. Good fight.
Except my rank, but it's all good.
All right, we're going to be getting into the next fights.
Good to go. Swift Tricks, if you're still listening, bro, GG. I'd love to do that again, man.
Great fight. When I saw the rivalry and stuff like that, I could tell that you guys like really, really, go back and forth. This fight could have gone either way. There wasn't any indication where you were going to blow him out of the water or vice versa. Great fight.
Yeah, and real quick, guys, it looks like there maybe is just a typo in the link or something like that. I don't have it. Do you guys know where this next fight is happening?
I do not. It says channel.
This channel does not exist.
Yeah, we'll get the truck working on it out back, and we'll get back to the fights here. But I mean, maybe now is a good chance to talk about the night of fights, because we're blowing through them. We know it's late, but they've been some of my favorite fights I've seen in a long time.
For sure. So I've been more engaged and interested in these fights because they haven't gone the distance for decision. They've either been super close, very aggressive play. You can't really call the fights. So like I would have to say this is one of the best cards that I've actually been able to commentate on.
Oh yeah, we've had it all. That 2-gate Kimura, Nick Diaz coming out with a win like that. We got a couple knockouts with less than 5 seconds left. I mean, it's been a night of fights to say the least. I'm so glad that you guys stayed up with us and bared with the technical difficulties we had early on, because we still got 2 fights left, including the ESFL Championship.
Correct. I also want to give a shout out to the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to any of you guys that are watching that might be mothers. If you guys do have mothers, happy Mother's Day from ESFL. Thank you guys for watching, definitely, for sure. We're still we're still have a few more fights, but I just want to get the thank yous out of the way.
And we're getting notice from the back. They're going to take a quick intermission to make sure that we get this link going.
Correct. Yes, I believe so. So if you guys are listening to me, oh well. just a recap of the card while they do that, guys. What are some standout performances as far as knockout, submission, fight of the night for you guys?
I think we might want to take 1 second here and make sure. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, no, like you were saying, a recap of the card as it looks like we're situated now. We were talking about it a little bit, right? Those quick finishes, the submissions. That's always exciting to see. But this last fight, I'm still legacy, man. I love it. I can't say it enough.
You're giving me a heart
the end of the fight
every time, bro.
No, it was a good fight. Nothing taken away from from you.
Oh, man. That was just like oh, that's how it is though. Like for me, that was nothing but fun. But enough about that. Let's main event.
Yes, so we do have the main event coming up, guys. It's going to be XYZ Styles versus D-Clan 97-97. Luber, how do you feel about this matchup so far? I am a big fan of D-Clan, but no biasness. I also know that this is going to be a title fight, right? I believe so?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, we had Prioxis win the title 2 weeks ago on the last Xbox card. He vacated. He's done it all, done everything. I'm sure he'll come back home someday and compete again in the SFL, but that means we have an open belt. Declan, of course, consummate title contender, very, very good fighter. But Styles is kind of taking up the vacuum of hype. I mean, he's been so dominant in his fights. His grappling game is really what stands out. I don't know how Declan's going to deal with it. If he can deal with it, I'm excited to see because Styles has been rolling over the competition.
I agree with that, man. It's like you see Styles on ranked and he just looks unstoppable. So does D-Clan, but it's like Styles has always been like last season I believe he was always like top 3 the entire season, which probably was doing too, but that's hard to do. So I'm just kind of seeing how these guys go at each other.
Yeah, anytime you can be mentioned in the same breath as Pry in terms of success in this game, that says a lot. So Declan's got his work cut out for him, but I mean, with that specific style, with somebody who goes to the grappling over and over, you get a read on what they're trying to do. Knowing what they're going to do and stopping it, two very different things, though.
Exactly. Having a plan versus, like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Here we go.
I'm getting a little bit of lag here, which is a shame.
Okay, well, it seems decent on my end. For everyone at home, I Need Mercy, that is XYZ Styles on George St. Pierre. Big takedown.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. He's being patient on the floor. It's interesting to see. I believe we saw this matchup earlier. I'm not sure, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And this is where Styles, because I've talked to Styles quite a bit, and this is where he says he does best is in crucifix and in side control. He can just hold people here all day long. I've seen him do it over and over again.
Yeah, it seems like he did have a good hold on him. Nice for Declan to be, be able to get out of that because it did seem pretty deep. And you definitely don't want to be in a crucifix.
These denials, wow,
are so quick, man.
He's back into the crucifix, denies another transition. Now here come the elbows.
Ooh, nice game plan there.
Yeah, Styles is a monster. Oh my gosh.
He's a monster when it comes to the ground. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, does he know it's a 5-round fight? He's trying to end it right here. He's denying everything, landing ground and pound, putting damage on early. Look at the head health from Declan. That's from just little short elbows from the crucifix.
And he's denying, he's eating away at his stamina just by denying his transitions here and there.
And he takes back mount right here. Back sitting. This is kind of crazy to watch because he's getting these transition denials off so quickly, which most people wouldn't be able to do because it's so fast, but he's able to stop them.
How does he do it?
Although he does, okay. Ooh, that stamina drain. Oh, and the reset.
Thanos.
Back on the feet, too. I mean, even though that sweep was coming, I think this is where Declan wants to be, right? Standing up. A little gift
for sure.
there.
Because Declan would have been on top, though, while Styles, though, would have all the stamina. Declan's stamina would have been nothing. So we probably would have got sweep right away anyway.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing Styles. I don't really believe that he was robbed of being on the ground. I'm sorry, Declan wasn't robbed of being on the ground, of having a dominant position, but he's definitely making it worth it by working the stand up.
Yeah, and with that consistent we talked about from Styles, how he is out so frequently able to get the win by posing his ground game. That big part of that, yes, being on the ground, denying transition is huge, but also getting it to the ground consistently. You need to be able to do that if that's what your game plan is going to be, fight in and fight out. So we'll see what he does for the setup here. I think you're going to see some high-level advanced kind of ways to mask the takedown attempts.
Oh, for sure. Although here at the end, though, you see Declan very much getting his boxing going, actually doing some damage to Styles. But that's one thing about Styles, though. He's really good when it comes to getting different types of takedowns. He's not going to depend on the cage. He's not going to just depend on the hit reaction. He's going to do everything to get you to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do believe that as well. Styles is definitely, it seems like he was dominating, like a few hiccups here and there as far as transitions. He wasn't able to block. But, man, it seemed like he was blocking everything, and you couldn't tell that he was blocking them.
Exactly. But I do got to say, though, when Declan could keep it on the feet, though, it did seem like Declan was winning the exchanges on the feet. So if he can just keep it on the feet, it's like two different worlds at this point.
You gotta love it. George St. Pierre, Nick Diaz, the grappler versus the striker. A tale as old as time.
Ooh, that was a nice uppercut. Yeah, like I said, guys, the Diaz brothers are cheat codes, but GSP, he's a monster.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Oh, and he got this big slam.
No. Let's see if he can go for the mounted crucifix again. Again, he's dangerous in this position because he can block your transitions and then he puts you in the mounted crucifix.
Good transition to sprawl there for Declan. And he's being patient. I mean, as much as we are talking about Styles' ground game, Declan is, of course, well-versed on the ground. He knows what he needs to do in these situations. These denials, man, it's just a matter of getting past that.
Oh, wow. Back sitting. See if he can go for some kind of submission, maybe even full mount.
Full mount, yep.
Yep. And immediately blocks up, as you should. This is a dangerous position.
Nice arm trap, though.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's doing anything. They're waiting for each other.
Some interesting grappling going on at the moment.
Declan does not want to have his stamina start getting dropped, though, because I know for a fact Styles would start flicking that stick to make him lose all his stamina, so he's just being careful there.
Yeah, it was kind of like an awkward position where they were like holding each other. They were waiting for each other to count.
No. Oh, no! That's it! That is it!
The ground and pound from Mount Styles, your new ESFL champion.
Holy mackerel.
Can we get some Ant New in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen? Wow.
That was ridiculous. Styles really came out here and showed exactly what he's going to do. To be honest, man, not that I don't have hope in people, but that's gonna be hard to beat. Styles is insane in this game, so it's gonna be hard to see who could beat him. I'm really intrigued in the future matchups that he's gonna have.
And he beat somebody that I consider like one of the people that I constantly see in the championship contenders list, and that's a statement in itself. What a great victory, and doing it in a game plan where he was becoming successful because he was taking it to the ground, being in those positions, and was dominating, and what a victory that was.
Oh, absolutely. This guy, Styles, he's been doing this to everybody, and now he did it against one of the best of the best. We know he can do it. I hope he stays and he fights every 2 weeks. Let's put him on the PlayStation cards too, man. This guy is a treat to watch. He's a treat to have as a champion. I don't know who they're going to throw in there as a contender. I don't know how do you beat him? This guy's too good.
Yeah, it's going to take definitely somebody that has great defense and offense on the ground as well. Because, it was definitely the deciding factor of this fight.
Yeah, and that arm trap situation at the end, the high-level gameplay, both guys knowing it's not in their interest to make a move there, waiting it out, and then maybe a little distraction afterwards because that mount position, Styles was able to hold it, and then the ground and pound, none of us, I even think, saw that coming. Just 4 good shots, and it's all she wrote.
Yeah, definitely. Legacy, how did you feel about the fight?
I mean, what else is there to say about it? Like, when it was on the feet, it was pretty close, but the second it hit the ground, you just see style, I guess you could say, just take over. You know, he really just got Declan in a lot of trouble on the ground. Declan kept on going for that arm trap, and then I think he realized that was a mistake because he could get his stamina just drained right away. So he just saw Styles just do his thing, take control, get top mount. And like you was saying, we're sitting here chit-chatting about the fight, then all of a sudden we're like, whoa, his head health's low. Oh, crap, the fight's over. Like, he literally just took advantage of everything he could do and won the fight.
Yeah, so let's give a quick recap of the entire matchup. Just off of from the bottom up, guys. White Sunday versus Ninja. Great fight, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday on a Sunday. I know he's been chomping at the bit to get in there, and Real VO Ninja is no joke of an opponent. He took it to him, man. That was an impressive performance for sure.
Correct. And then we had Dev Raider versus Freeze. That was the DC Jones fight. Great fight. I remember Dev Raider actually throwing something. I don't remember the knockout. I wish we had the replays, but it was definitely a good fight as well.
Got a showmanship coming out in that fight. A lot of taunting.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was like bowing for respect, and then you just see Dev Raider like flexing on him. And then we had EK Mateo versus Slick Colt. Slick Colt, I believe, had the submission of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Submission of the night. Just pulled out that slick, nice counter to a takedown and got the Kimura. And we heard a little bit of frustration on Mateo there in the background. And it was just, that was crazy, just how quick he was to react to that to get that submission.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, like I liked it. I never seen that.
Yeah, those unique submissions, those two gators out of nowhere, always fun to see. And Mateo's a dog, man. He's going to come back if he wants to continue to compete, and he's going to do very well. So, super impressive submission from Slick Colt.
Correct. And then we did not have T4H Breezy versus Mahone. We did have a substitute fight. I don't recall who fought.
That'd be Bone doing work against King Steve.
Yes, there you go. Bone doing work versus King Steve. Great matchup.
Yeah, Steve making his ESFL debut on short notice. Like I said, he's been part of the Twitch community. He's fought people who are competitors in here, and he put on a good show. I hope to see him again, but I think the story of that fight was really Bone doing work, continue doing work. He's picked up his first ESFL win this season, but we see him time and time again competing against the best. So, man, I just love the way this roster is shaking up. Every single fight I'm looking at, like, this guy looked good tonight.
Yeah, he's currently 1-2. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's always nice to see somebody get into the winning bracket, getting their first win of the season. The next fight we do have is Matt Dog versus No King.
Legacy, you remember anything from that one?
Mad Dog versus King? I'm not going to lie. Not really, no.
That's okay. You took a pretty big hit at the last second of your fight.
I'm still shaking it off, man. I'm still doing days.
Some memory loss, perhaps. But yeah, no, Mad Dog coming off that loss in a title fight where he was the reigning champion. And No King, his opponent, a very good opponent who had been contending for a title. So Mad Dog ran away with that fight. Super impressive performance. We know how good he is. It's just a matter of staying motivated, staying in there, and getting back at it. We could see him being one of the people maybe challenging for the title again. I know he wants it back, so that was a good one.
I believe that was the fight where he knocked him out in the last 2 seconds, I believe. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, it was definitely a good fight. As well as my personal favorite fight, if it, not just Legacy's fight, it was also Hammer versus Recognize. What a great fight that was.
Yeah, the drama came down to the last round in that one. You didn't know exactly what was going to happen until it happened. And Hammer, so many fights in the ESFL, such a huge part of this community. Quality win there. I mean, he's taking it. That's like we said, the rivalries coming out with T4H and all these other camps. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of storylines are going to emerge as Hammer continues to compete and win.
Hopefully that Buck Flair fight.
Yes, I really want to see that. Just going out there, he's beat two T4H kids now, so it's like he's a T4H killer. Got like the Gracie killer. That's his nickname to me for now on. So if he gets that Buck Flair fight, that's gonna be awesome to watch.
Yep, I believe he's currently 2-0 versus T4H, so definitely want to see the next fight. And then we have Lusting versus Sticky Place. I believe Lusting won that fight.
Yeah, he ran away with that, man. I didn't know much about him going into it. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Lusting, what a performance. Just on point with those. Was it George St. Pierre against Michael Bisping? He just was throwing
Yes.
heat, throwing hooks,
Yes.
and doing so much damage in so little time.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and he snuck it out there and definitely started to see the game plan and was able to, just to get it, execute the game plan. What a better feeling to have a game plan and being able to execute it against somebody as Sticky Place.
Oh yeah.
The next one we have Unnoticed Legacy versus Swift Tricks. I like that fight. That was a good back and forth fight. Obviously, we have Legacy in the booth right now. He like something happened towards the end and unable, he wasn't able to get the victory. Swift Tricks ended up getting it, but back and forth fight was very interesting. Tip of my seat. Luber, how did you feel about that fight?
Yeah, heartbreaker, Legacy. I understand your
know.
disappointment, but at the end of the day, you put on a great performance. Those body kicks were doing so much work. It was so good to see Jose Aldo actually using some offense as opposed to what we saw last night. So, yeah, man, I'm so – and I like the way you fought at the end. I know you got caught and it cost you the fight, but, man, we could just see you coast and take a decision win, or we could see you stand in the center and throw down and trade and build excitement for the fans. So thank you so much for doing that. It was a blast to watch that fight.
Oh, that's kind of like I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. I was just more worried about finishing the guy. But it's like when I got finished, I looked at the clock. I was like, "There's 5 seconds left." So, but I think that's how I want to do it because this isn't ranked. I want to go. People, we want to go out there when we do this. We want to go out there and make a statement. And that's what we all try to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I have watched fights in the SFL where they drag and they go on to the 5th round and it goes to decision. And I'm a fan of knockouts. I'm a fan of people going back and forth. So that's why I can't take it away from you because you went out there. You could have, like I told you, put your back against the cage, walked away, won in decision, but you decided to stay out there. Even if the victory didn't go in your favor, it still was a great fight. What a great fight that was. Then we're on to El Dino versus The Beacon. That was the first fight of the stream that happened I believe on Twitch. I personally like that fight. It was a great way to start off the night. I believe it was a 3rd round knockout, and The Beacon was the winner via head kick.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we were dealing with technical difficulties. We weren't able to commentate, which is a shame because what a hype fight. Dabikin, that was supposed to be the co-main. He might be the next title contender, and he put on a super impressive at his birthday just this last Friday, so way to go, Dabikin.
Yeah, definitely. I could see him and Styles in a championship fight. What an interesting fight.
Oh, for sure.
And then we're on the main event, which was Styles versus Declan. How do you feel about that, Legacy?
Like I said earlier, Styles has really went out there and showed exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to take Declan down and just hold him down and beat him that way, which he really did. And it was just a dominant performance when it was on the ground. When Declan could get to the feet, though, you could tell that the boxing was in Declan's favor. But at the end of the day, Styles was able to do what he wanted to do, take him to the ground and finish him in top mount, which, it can be hard to do depending. But if you know what you're doing in top mount, you can finish a fight pretty quickly. So we just saw Styles go out there and finish a fight in the 2nd round pretty decisively.
Mm-hmm. Luber, your thoughts?
Yeah, to have a fight like that in the championship, super impressive. To do it to Declan like that, one of the top fighters in the world. I think we knew Styles was gonna be somebody that everyone has to worry about, but to see him go out there and do it on the big stage, you only get one fight. It's not best of 3. It's not best of 5. One chance, and he did exactly what he does time and time again. That ground game's so good. I just want to see what people are going to do about it because it's a problem right now.
And I didn't really get to see the last couple shots because I thought that the fight would have been a little bit longer, maybe a rock. But he definitely snuck in those last couple punches and ended the fight and became the champion.
Yeah, and what a champion he is. We'll be back in action soon enough. I was so happy to do this with you guys. I know there was a lot of concern over the time issues and the technical difficulties, but with the people in the truck and Z Hunter more than anyone taking time out of his day, thank you guys so much. This was a super fun night. I can't believe I didn't know I was going to get to do it, and I'm so happy that I was.
Oh yeah, I'm just happy to do this. Like, this was fun. I wanted to do this, but I didn't know how fun it would be. But I had a blast this entire time. Just because I do fighter companions every once in a while, but doing it for Xbox, I didn't know how it was gonna be, and this has been a blast.
Yes, it has. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna send this off to you guys. I am Killing Spree 37.
Luber Libre here. Catch me on Twitch.
I noticed Legacy. You also catch me on Twitch.
ESFL 65. I want to thank everybody in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Also join the Discord if you feel like you could enter into the ESFL. Also follow the Twitter accounts, any type of social media that ESFL is located on. Go ahead and follow them. Thank you guys so much. We're out.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.